This is your Congress News for the week of April 11th, 2021.
Standing in a new season. The event that was knock number 2 is over. However, what remains is a spiritual deposit that continues to shape the movement of our Congress into the future. Now, knock number 2 represents something in process. Something that is happening now to our Congress in the realm of the Spirit that is changing our lives, our families, and our communities. Our Congress is growing in oneness, love, purity, and in faith to finish the purposes of God. Knock number 2 has opened the door to a new location in the Spirit, and together, as a global spiritual civilization, we march in.
Knock number 2 now represents something in process, something taking place now, something that's happening to us in reality from the realm of the Spirit that's changing our life and changing our Congress and changing things in the midst of us. It's changing things in your heart.
At knock number 2, we prayed into distinct platforms. Today, those platforms form a new foundation for prayer across our Congress. The prayer platforms from knock number 2 are the new foundational stones for our walk forward from this place, deeper into the purposes of God.
Growth, spiritual growth, is in the air. New possibilities, doors opening, areas for maturity, areas for coming into the next level of your position in God. It's in the air. The opportunity is there. K number 2 has kicked us into a new place in God.
Hebron at the core. Knock number 2 acted as an accelerant to the divine movement that began with Dr. Woodruff's impartation to the men of Hebron Company in January 2021.
Put a new life and a new joy and a new freshness into the hearts of the men, a new determination to walk in absolute purity without swerving, a new diligence, a new commitment, a new proclamation of joy and faith and triumph and pursuit erupting out of the men as we step into a new season in God.
This has created a new enabling environment for stepping into the post-knock number 2 season. The men of the core are now walking forward in the post-knock number 2 environment with the inner spiritual atmospherics of hope, joy, and faith for an accelerated path into newness. The men of Elijah Center, the creative core of Congress WBN, were encouraged to stand in a new posture of faith for accelerated transformation, accelerated implementation, and a widening impact through their patriarchal function.
There is a time of opportunity that now exists that has been brought about by the massive impact of knock number 2. And I want that phrase, a time of opportunity, to condition our urgency, our desire. I want you to calibrate our faith as we interact with God. There is a time of opportunity that now exists.
As a Congress, we have committed to knocking on the door of God and marching deeper into His purposes until His complete will is done. As the earth deteriorates into greater crisis, corruption and chaos, the saints of God move forward with greater and greater determination and force. It is our statement to the Lord that as long as we remain in the earth, we will not relent. We will continue to live righteously. We will continue to serve the Lord faithfully. We will continue to represent His word and His ways wherever He places us. The cone of intensification is the term we use to signal our determination to remain consistent and faithful in our walk with God to ultimate fulfillment of His will.
We are traversing through the cone of intensification. Remember, the cone of intensification started the GDO and exploded into knock number 1, and we said to God that from that time forward we will get more intense, we will get more pure, we will get more righteous, we will be more holy, we will be more focused, we will be more committed, we will be more obedient. And around us everything is breaking, around us the darkness is increasing, but we have determined in the kingdom of God to grow stronger. We will be more sighted, we will be more willing to hear from God. We will be more full of alacrity. We will be more full of desire That's the nature and the architecture of the life. It's like a cone of intensification.
Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life.
And that was your Congress News for the week of April 11th, 2021.